Long time ago, there existed two kingdoms, the kingdom of Lessa and the kingdom of Omola. The two kingdoms had a culture where the kings would throw a cooking competition and the best maiden would be picked as the princess for the neighboring kingdom. One day, King Jace sent a letter to King Devian asking him to conduct a cooking competition, and the winner would be sent to Omola's kingdom and be crowned as the new princess. King Devian received the letter with a lot of joy and called for a meeting with his kingsmen, asking them to mobilize all the maidens of the lesser kingdom for a cooking competition. A date was set, and on that day, all the villagers gathered to watch the maidens prepare meals from scratch. The villagers cheered their favorite maiden, and by midday, the king declared the end of the competition. The kingsmen and the king then walked around tasting each food, and at the end of it, they put their heads together to decide the winner of the competition. The king then stood and said,
"After a long day of watching our beautiful maidens prepare food and serve us, I would like to say that all the maidens can cook, but only one of them stood out as the best cook and the winner, and that is Ada, the daughter of the late Imbwekwe. Ada, please prepare yourself, because soon I'll be sending my maids to your place to groom you and to dress you up before your sisters can escort you to your new home."
The villagers then cheered and praised Ada because she was a calm and a very loving person. Days later, maids from the palace came to groom and dress Ada. Her sisters Mana and Nne escorted her, and on their way, Nne was pressed and excused herself to ease herself. Mana took that opportunity to walk towards the river, and her sister Ada followed her. Out of jealousy, Mana pushed her sister Ada into the deep river, and Ada drowned. Nne saw everything that had happened and she screamed. Mana then said,
"Why are you screaming? After all, she was just our stepsister. How do you expect me to watch a stranger ascend a throne as a future queen? That is impossible. You know what? We cannot go to Omola without the princess. So you shall pretend to be my maid, and I will pretend to be the winner of the competition, the princess. Is that understood?"
Nne didn't have anything to say, so she just followed her sister to Omola Kingdom. And once they got to the kingdom, the queen and the king welcomed them. The king then called his two sons and introduced them to Mana. The crowned prince was proud with what he had seen. Mana was then showed her chambers where she would sleep. She loved her new life and the attention that she received. The following morning, as her maids were serving her, she slapped them for not bowing at her and told them,
"I am the crowned princess. You should always bow to me whenever you see me."
Her maids stood there frightened, wondering what they had done wrong. The queen then sent for Princess Mana and told her,
"Our princess, I want you to prepare yourself within 3 days. I'll be hosting queens from the neighboring kingdom. I want them to come and taste the delicious meal that made you emerge the winner of the cooking competition."
Princess Mana was reluctant and she said,
"Okay, your majesty."
Princess Mana then called her sister and told her,
"Nne, I'm in trouble. I don't know what I will do. I don't think I can cook as good as Ada cooked. What should I do?"
Nne looked at her and told her,
You started this game. It's up to you to figure out how you'll complete it.
Days later, the queens gathered and Princess Mana was asked to present the same food that made her win the competition. She mixed everything that she thought would make the food delicious. She then laid the food on the table for the queens to eat. The queens served the food and tasted it, and they all spat out the food, and Queen Malia said,
What sort of nonsense is this? Are you sure you won the competition, or are you a fraud?
Princess Mana's heart beat so fast and she said,
I think I forgot how I made the meal.
Everyone in the room laughed and Queen Malia said,
Mana, we know everything. We know you are a fraud. A hunter saw how you pushed Ada into the stream and saw how you threatened your sister Nne, who you made us believe is your maid. You know the punishment of a murderer is stoning by death, and that's exactly what we are going to do.
The queens drove Mana to the forest and stoned her to death. Nne then found favor in the eyes of the crowned prince, who married her, and Nne and Prince Kalu lived happily ever after. The end. If you've enjoyed the story this far, please Please do not leave without giving it a like, subscribe and share. Please consider leaving a comment on the comment section telling me whether you enjoy the story and telling me whatever city or country you're watching me from for me to give you a shout out on the next episode of Wonder Tales by Julian.